Hello my friends, and welcome to my live stream tonight. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. My name is Kelsey Lee Cate, if we're just meeting, and I'm so happy that you're here in my studio with me tonight. And this is a special night. Every night is special, but I am trying something a little new because, as you know, I like to try new things. So a really awesome friend of mine is letting me try out some new lights, and I would love to know what you think. And what do you think of the placement? Because we can totally play around with the placement tonight. And I have one, I'll show you here, behind me. Actually, let me fix this so I can actually see this part better. Sorry. Okay. So there are two lights that I don't normally have in studio. So there's one right behind me, and the color of it is a nice kind of yellowish orange. And then this one behind me is a blue. Normally what I have are these two that are in the corners. So if you think they might benefit from being in a different position or what have you, I would love to know what you would think. So let me know. Also, I want to thank a really special YouTube channel that I found recently for the footage that I'm actually sharing tonight during the live stream. And in case you're new, let me know in the chat. And I know that there are still folks logging on, but I still see, man, I am just tongue twisted tonight. And that just might be how it goes. So I apologize in advance, but I'm just excited. I haven't live streamed for 2 weeks. Because last week I had a church event and it went really well. Thank you for those of you that asked. But it's just so good to be back. I love to be here with you, sharing music, playing with stuff. Oh, it's a good night. So, hello to Mark Snavely on Facebook. Great to see you. And yes, I'm having a great evening. I hope you are too. And hello, Mr. Noki. Good to see you too. I'm glad that you are enjoying your evening flavors. And I'm glad that you're with me. I see there are multiple folks on the chat or on the watching tonight. I can see the number. So if you want to say hello, I would love to see you. No pressure whatsoever though, but it's always fun to know who's watching. And if at any point you would be curious to see what the light looks like in a different location, shout it out, because I'm trying to see if these lights would be good to maybe have as permanent residents here. But I'm not the most at all versed with how to place lights. So I'm looking at my little monitor here to see, but if you are better at that than I am, I'm all ears for what you think. So I want to thank this YouTube channel tonight called 4K Ocean World. And this particular video is just so beautiful. It's called The Ocean 4K. Captivating moments with jellyfish and fish in the ocean. It is relaxation video number 2. And this one is a couple hours long, which is awesome. And I started recently, within the last probably couple months, often sharing video as I play. And the reason for that is that I love to illustrate for you and just free flow with creativity. Because oftentimes when I'm watching something or I'm eating something even, it actually gets me in the creative flow. And so, because sometimes if I sit at the piano the way I normally do, it's almost like business as usual, and it's fun to get out of the creative ruts. So I like to add things that give me fresh perspective, fresh inspiration, and even like lights add inspiration for me. So sharing beautiful video is another way to do that, and it also allows me to show a really cool YouTube channel to you that I would love you to follow. So I'll turn this on again so you can see. There we go. I think that's the easier one to see. Sorry, I changed my views right before coming in here. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to play some music, and let me know what you're up to in the chat as you listen. And thanks again very much, Ocean 4K, for your beautiful work. And actually, excuse me, 4K Ocean World. That is your channel name. And what I would love to do is, as I see the schools of fish and I can see them out of my peripheral. So if you see me looking over, I'm watching the same fish you are. And actually, this will be a fun little exercise because Mark, I see that you're asking me if I could play transitions, and I would love to. Thank you for asking. And I'm going to see if I can do it emulating what patterns of schools of fish look like. I don't know how this is going to work, but this will be a fun little challenge for me. So here we go. Transitions a la the ocean, a la mer. Transitions à la mer. Huh, that was kind of fun. I was playing in the original key that it is, well, I suppose the key I chose when I recorded it, C sharp minor. But then I started kind of playing around with it, and the dominant major, which is E, I usually do C sharp minor in that one, but I moved around to E minor, and I kind of parked there, which was cool. It was fun to try something a little different. So thanks for traveling along with me under the sea. And if you're just tuning in, I'm actually listening or showing you a really beautiful YouTube channel called 4K Ocean World. And I'm having fun trying to illustrate the creative process that I go through. And so often I'm inspired by creativity that is off of the keyboard, off of sheet music, and it's really fun to show different ways of getting inspired with others' art as well, because art is such a collaborative thing, isn't it? Art is the kind of miracle that never seems to have a beginning nor an end. It's just as if we're jumping into the EAC, dude, if you've seen Finding Nemo. It's like you jump into this creative flow, this creative force that's already going, and you connect to what you hear. And honestly, the creative process oftentimes is hearing something that really gets your heart rate going. You hear something and you go, oh, I love that. And then, at least this is what it's like for me, I go to the piano and I tinker around until I find that secret sauce of whatever it is that I'm hearing at the moment. And then I actually, I make a point to memorize what is it about that particular thing that touches my heart like it does. And a really good example of this is actually listening to solo pianists growing up. And one of my dearest inspirations, always and forever, is Michael Gettle. And in fact, it was from some of his music that I first learned this turnaround. And I had heard it so much growing up, I didn't even really have to think about what it was. My fingers just found what I heard, and then I systemized it later. So I'd love to hear, if you're also an artist in the chat, let me know, what is your creative process? How do you, when you find something that inspires you, whether it's with music or art or food or film, or you see somebody's video on YouTube and you're like, ooh, I want to try to do that. How did they position their lights? How did they capture like that? I would love to hear what your creative process is. It's super fun to talk about. And so anyway, that's what I'm doing with these videos. And I can only show you snippets of them, and I really do want to emphasize I don't own any of this beautiful art, but I celebrate this YouTube channel, and I have the link in the description for my video here. So if you click that link, make sure that you like this video, but also subscribe to 4K Ocean World's channel. That would be so awesome. And let them know Kelsey sent you. That'd be really cool. You could also say at Kelsey Lee Cate, and that is my YouTube channel name, just to kind of connect the two. And in that I'm also sharing their work, which is just beautiful. So, and this is awesome. I see some really sweet comments here in the chat. And first of all, Sir Noki, and I say Sir Noki because my husband's name is David, so let me know if that's okay with you, Mr. Noki. But I like to distinguish because often my hubby's in the chat. Tonight he's at the gym, so I'll say David tonight. How about? But you were saying that you dream of the day that you can get your fingers to move so fluidly over the keys, and I think fluidity comes when you practice shapes enough that you don't have to think about the shapes, if that makes sense. And because I know you work with Kimberly Starkey and you have lessons with her, I wonder if she could maybe show you some shapes that your fingers can get to know. Because that's kind of like when you're learning to speak a new language and you have to think of all the different ways of pronouncing, like in Spanish, you roll your R's, for example, but then there comes a point in time where you, where it becomes second nature. So that's just an idea. You might look for shapes and, yeah, but I know that you will absolutely be able to play with fluidity the more that you get to know the instrument, and the less that it is something that you practice at and something that you just kind of release. But if that makes sense, let me know if you have other questions of that. I'd be happy to share more thoughts. Hi, Masood. Good to see you. Masood on YouTube says, hey, sunshine, rollerblading at Kirkland Beach. Oh, I love it. Blue water, sky everywhere, and love transitions. Thank you. That's awesome. Wow, we used to live right near Kirkland waterfront. I miss that. I'm sure it's gorgeous there today. Hello to Miss Sue Timpey on Facebook. She says hello from Cedar Park. Hi, Sue. Wow, thank you for joining me today. It really means a lot that you're here. So awesome. Oh, good, David. You say that makes perfect sense. I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, and in case you're just logging in, and if you've been a regular, like Mr. Noki, or Masood, I don't know if you can hear me or not, because I know sometimes you're in and out, but what do you guys think of the lights? I have two that are new to me. I'm actually borrowing them, but borrowing with possibly the intent to purchase. We'll see. And there's different colors I can play with. But if you have suggestions for where I might place the lights, my friend that actually owns these lights said it's cool to put one behind you so that it's facing the camera, because it actually looks, it's more cinematic that way. And then I have one that's right above my head. Anyway, so I am totally an open book. Or if you're watching this afterward on the replay and you have a comment, I would love to hear what you think about the arrangement in here. So always fun to try new things and yeah, just get creative in here. So I would love to play, I love to play something that makes me think of summertime. And because isn't it crazy, you guys? We are literally days away from summer. I think we're 10 days. Is that right? Is it June 25th? Or maybe it's June 21st, summer solstice, that it actually starts. I'm pretty sure that is. And Sue asks, can we see a different color on that blue one? Aha, that's a good question. I would have to, you know what? Let's try it. Yes. Why not? And this is a benefit, you guys, of having such a long cord for my microphone. So please hold. And I'm actually, this is fun. I'll show you behind the scenes of what this is. I don't remember right now what these lights are called, but they come in this cool little box guy. And is there a name on here somewhere? If anyone's curious, I can let you know. But they come with these different covers. So I have this one currently on the one above my head. And then there's orange, yellow, and white. So Sue, what color do you want me to put? I'm guessing you're meaning this one because you can see it. So what color would you like me to try? This is fun. And David Noki says, my creative process is to sit down at the piano, hit record, and just let the angels play through me and see what happens. If something good happens, I save it and later mine nuggets to develop. Ooh, I like that. You mine nuggets to develop. That's a cool idea. I like to call mine song seeds, where sometimes I'll play something and then it's like, ooh, I like that. And so then I come back to it for later, but I have to get more efficient at how to hold them. So what is your way of gathering those nuggets? Do you use voice memos? Do you use, yeah, I would love to know. How do you do it? And I just see Sue said, try the orange one. So I would love to. We will try this together. Okay, so I think what I have to do is, we're learning this together in real time. What's cool too is they also dim. Oops, that's not the right one. They can get brighter. So that's on full blast, in case you're curious. So there's a little guy here. Sorry, I wish I could give you a close-up. There we go. Okay. Avert your eyes if you don't want it to be bright. Or I guess I could do this. Okay. And then I believe it's as simple as that. Okay. What do you think? How about I try playing this next song with this color? That totally changes the vibe, doesn't it? And I'm not sure how bright. It's kind of nice to see the color on the keys, but that feels really bright. Let's try that. Yes. So, you're helping me to design the studio tonight, so let me know what you think. Do you like the color? Should I go back to blue? And so now, actually, because I was talking about Michael Gettle and listening to his music, I'm actually going to play for you one of the songs that I remember growing up feeling like a hug every time I played it. Okay. And I actually don't remember. I think this is on his album Return, but I don't remember what this one particularly is called. It might be Holy Lands. I'm finding the right key. Hang on just a sec. Michael Gettle with some Kelsey inspiration as well, because I can't tell you how often I've listened to that growing up. And in fact, and yes, David, I saw your question. So you spell his first name, Michael, and then last name is Gettle. And this was on his album is called Return. And it may be called Holy Lands, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But the whole album is wonderful. And what's fun, David Noki, if you listen to this, you will notice some very different instruments in there. So in my mind, oh, and I actually forgot a part. So I actually gotta pay homage to this part. Hang on. There we go. When you listen to that part, you're going to be hearing percussion and this booming instrument. I wish Michael was on because he could tell me what it is right now. A percussive boom. It's like boom, doom, 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 doom. It's a tuned drum on the very low end for that part. It's like the bridge of the song. It's really cool. Anyway, so yes, that is Michael Gettle. Thank you for going on that little adventure with me. It sure is fun to share. And man, these fish are just gorgeous. This is too fun. So I have to read these comments in case you're on Facebook and you can't see on YouTube, or vice versa. Although if you are on YouTube, you can actually see all of the comments relayed, whether you're seeing folks watching from Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. So that's a little tip for you. Also, you guys help me get to 1,000 subs. I'm like 25 away or something like that. And that would be super fun to actually be able to hit 1,000. I've been doing this since June 2020, and that would mean a lot. So, and this is totally a shameless plug, but if you're enjoying this and you think there'd be a friend or a couple that would appreciate this kind of stuff, this creative inspiration, I would love it if you'd share this with them. It's always kid friendly, and my goal every time I do these live streams is to be helping to hopefully get your creative juices flowing so that you can get creative the way that you are uniquely designed. So that's my whole jam here. That's why I'm here. And it's also really fun to just share my heart and the art that comes out with you. So I was asking some of my friends here what they thought about these different lights and the colors, and I'm loving these thoughts here. So, but first, David Noki, I appreciate you call this file the mine shaft. That's very smart. I love it. Is it like a file that you have on your computer that you record to? What's your setup? I'd love to know. And Sue says the orange is a little like a setting sun. The blue is like the moon. You wonder if it could be aimed down and not right at the camera. Aha. So it is a stylistic thing. I can totally, yes, I think it is like a timpani, actually. Masood, let me know what you think about this light here and the angle of it. The thing is, if I move it off the stage or off the area, you kind of miss some of the pop factor or pizzazz. What do you guys think? If it's more like on the side, even Let's see if I can get it out of the shot completely, but where it's still there. Let's see if you can still see it on the keys. This is too fun. It's so fun to play on this with you guys. So you'd have to like lift this up maybe a little higher. Maybe turn this guy up just a little more. So, and this is kind of similar to something I've had before with just an Edison bulb, but this kind of floods light. What do you think about this? Is that better? And of course I can change the color as well, but I might as well since we're here. If you're new and joining in, this is kind of a little different than what I normally do, but it's fun. I'm playing with some new gear, and it's always fun to try, you know, making things interesting. How about I turn this off so I don't totally give myself the white, you know, when you're looking in the eyes. Also, just for fun, I released a reel this afternoon that I was playing with. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. And on this reel, I was playing with a melody that I had going through my head as I was doing my dishes. I was like, you know what? I've got to figure out what this is. So I posted it on social media with the hopes that somebody would be able to tell me what it's called. So in case you're curious, I would love it if you would take a look at that reel and let me know if you know the song name. Okay, so in answers to my questions, you record with Audacity. Oh, very cool, David. Yeah, that's a great program. So you're saying with the light, it's better so it's not so much in our faces? Uh-huh. Okay, that's cool to know. And do you like the two-tone color where we've got blue over here and this over the orangish behind? There's actually something called three-point lighting where you have the light that's directly on the subject, then you have a side light, and then you have a hair light. So that's what this is supposed to be. You guys, I'm a noob with all this stuff. I shouldn't say that because words matter, but I am learning. So I kind of like that too. It's not like a glaring, yeah, it's not glaring. Very interesting. Well, I'm going to play, I think, just one more for tonight. And I want to thank you very much for joining me this evening, friends, or on the replay. And I hope that whatever it is that you're up to this week, that you are taking care of yourself, that you are giving yourself the oxygen that you need. In fact, I heard something today that's very interesting on a podcast, which was when you have oxygen present in your body, it does an amazing job of fighting off disease. So I will just share that with you. Getting up, moving around, and even just gentle exercise, taking a walk, you're giving yourself oxygen. Getting up from your desk, I have to remember that a lot because I work from home. So yeah, that's a nice little infusion of whole creativity, because when the whole self is creative and free, we can flow more freely. So oh, and Sue asks if I'll be at Bellevue Square again soon. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to be there tomorrow, actually, as a matter of fact, and I will be there. I'm there from 1 o'clock till 5, but I've been starting to live stream on Instagram. And here's another reason for helping me to get to 1,000 subs on YouTube here. Because if I do, then I can actually live stream from YouTube. And because there's a large number of folks that aren't on Instagram. So, but I've actually been doing Instagram lives, and it's been a really great way to share at the Bellevue Square Mall. I put the phone right here next to me at the piano, and there's folks that are walking by the piano. Oftentimes on Fridays, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are walking by. And so there's often folks that will stop and chat. And last week was really fun. 2 weeks ago. Nope. Yeah, 2 Fridays ago. I had such a really fun time. There's a lot that happened. And you can also watch the replay if you want on my Instagram account. So yeah, it's a special time. And I plan to do a live stream there from Instagram starting at around 3:30. That seems kind of like it's a good thing. Although, well, actually, I like to call it live till 5. So I may actually bump it to 4 and then live stream until the very end. Because on Instagram it's kind of long. So I might do more like 4 to 5 o'clock. So I'll be live till 5 and we'll start at 4. That sounds about right. So if you want to hang out with me on my website, which I'll type here in the chat, or actually even easier, on the screen here you see kelseyleemusic.com. That has all of my links, including even down here below, that right here in the center at Kelsey_Lee_Cate is my Instagram account. And if you go there, you can take a look at the replay that I did of the Bellevue Square Mall. So if you actually want to see that special evening, you can. And if you're on YouTube, thank you very much for hanging out with me there. Or if you're on Facebook, thank you. Or Twitch, great to have you with me. I'm going to play just a little gentle something right now to end the night. Something sweet and major. I've been kind of playing some minor stuff tonight. Oh, my hubby's in the chat. Hi, babe. And actually, before I play this final piece here, I again want to thank 4K Ocean World, this beautiful YouTube channel, for this video that I've been displaying tonight as my creative collaboration of sorts. I chose this video because I love watching nature and I love getting inspired by other people's creative work. And when I watch others work, or I even have a piece of chocolate, or I eat a meal, or I take a walk, or I hear somebody else's book, or whatever, there's just creative flow that happens for me, and I love to demonstrate that. So that's why I'm sharing this video tonight. I don't own any of it, but the link to this particular video is in the description of this video that you're watching here. And it is called The Ocean 4K, Captivating Moments with Jellyfish and Fish in the Ocean. It is Relaxation video number 2. So please give this channel a like, a subscribe, and I'm going to play something gentle to end our time today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Did you catch the cameo? I just got a cameo kiss. That's fun. Thanks for coming, babe. I don't know where he went, but that was sweet. I liked that a lot. Oh, well, my friends, thanks again very much for being with me tonight. It really means a lot that you're here, and I hope that you are inspired to get creative the way that you are uniquely designed. If you want to join me tomorrow, I will be there at 4 o'clock Pacific at the Bellevue Square Mall. The phone will be right here, and I will be sharing some music there. We'll have a whole lot of folks walking by the piano, and it's a very different kind of adventure, because often here I'm more contemplative and soft, and I'm talkative, and it's awesome. And at the Bellevue Square Mall, it's actually a job. So I'm performing, and it's often repertoire that's more jazzy in nature. So it's fun to try. It's fun to have both feels. And so if you haven't come to a Live Till 5 before, I'll bet you'll enjoy it. It's very fun. And also, thank you again very much for the input about the lights. It's fun to play with, and it's always cool to try new things. So thanks for the input, Sue and David. I appreciate it. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you very much. God bless you, and I will see you next time. Hi! Because I know that there's a couple people that are still listening left. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening to this music. And I thought it might be kind of fun to give a live little illustration of this song that is called Faithful as the Tide. And I just as a thank you for listening, for staying, and it means a lot to an artist when you stay and listen to also a recorded track after a live stream. So this is Faithful as the Tide, a la June 15th, tonight. And if you want, let me know who you are that's still listening. Sorry, I had to turn off the other audio. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You say you can't hear the piano. Hi, Masood. You're right, because I turned the desktop audio down. Oh dear. Well, I'm enjoying it over here. There's the bonus for you. Thanks again so much, each of you who stayed till the very end, even after I finished live streaming and I had one of my songs playing. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Masood, thank you for listening. And I actually have a fun idea. Since you're there tonight, and actually you get serious extra credit because you were saying it's just even better than the music video, or it looks like your music video. And the fact that you know that I shot it there, that's so cool. If you're still watching this and you want to know the music video he's talking about, take a look at Faithful as the Tide official video on my channel and you will see it. And it was actually the very first music video that I made. It was during 2020, which was really special too. And Masood, if you're still on, which I think you are, I have a fun idea. Just because you were there tonight and I'll see you tomorrow, would you want to take a little video of wherever you're at, your vantage point right now, and I could actually take a snippet of what I just recorded, because I actually have it in my my computer here, and I can make a music video from your video and from part of this recording for the little bonus, the part you could actually hear. So if that sounds like fun, I would love that. Maybe a couple shots of slow-mo, like water lapping, or I can't quite see what the weather's doing. It looks kind of cloudy, but if you'd like to, that'd be super fun. Okay, my friends, this is the actual good evening and good night, and I will see you again, hopefully in a new live stream. Take care. God bless you.